Okay, here we are in this video explaining what I was expecting from Cyberpunk. What in my mind was what I was expecting, And I was expecting, I wasn't expecting a lot, an immersive, incredible immersive game to break the next generation, though I was thinking something close considering that they made The Witcher and The Witcher was pretty damn epic. And but the point is the game, well, is to be expected nowadays that games are gonna be kind of disappointing. Not that it's completely disappointing, but it's in one field. To me, it really was disappointing. The fact that I was expecting a lot more customization. To me, that was disappointing. The fact that I wanted to customize my arms. I wanted the chance to really have like a Johnny Silverhand arm. Like, really customize my face, like completely go all out cyborg if I wanted to. Body enhancements that were amazing. But basically, right now, I'm as customized and enhanced as I can get, and it doesn't really make a big difference in aesthetics. The game is missing. To me, the game is missing the aesthetic. I don't have a choice to put a connection plug in the back of my head. And the thing is, when you look at the world, the people in the world, you can see that they have arms. They have oh, if I could line this up, they have arms and customizations that I don't see why you can't have. They have customized connection plates in the back of their heads, as you can see right there. As a matter of fact, that guy, if I could zoom in on him, look at his face, for God's sake. Look at that. Why I can't do that? Why is that not a choice for me? It should be. I should be able to join any gang. That's the Maelstrom gang. Why can't I just join the Maelstrom gang and customize my character to look like a freak? I want to look like a freak in a fictional world as this. I want to have the option at least. Look at this guy. He customized his arms. Why can't I have night vision eyes? Why can't I have like thermal eyes and stuff like that? This glasses I have on are not even a part of my face. They're just glasses and they do nothing for me. I was expecting so much more from this cyberware thing in a cyberpunk game. Like, if you look at this chick. Look at this chick. She customized her legs. She has custom legs. She will never worry about knee problems ever. Her arms as well. The elbows. Look at the elbows. Look, and you see people in the world. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to move around. You see people in the world that are fully customized. I'm gonna have to move around. You see people in the world that are fully customized. Look at this chick. Look at this chick. She's fully customized. Look at her. Her skin, everything. I want to be able to choose my chrome skin. You know? I want to be able to customize the way I look. Ridiculous amounts. It's a cyberpunk world where you should be able. Look at this. I want to have gold chrome. I wanna customize my chin to have gold. I want to be covered in gold as well. You know? And the fact that they tease you. Look at her arms. Look. The fact that they tease you like this, that you could see them using it, wearing it, and you not having the options really boils my pot. That everybody could go full sci-fi and look so amazing. Yet I I can only choose what I choose in the beginning, and that's it. and my character is permanently stuck like that. I was expecting a lot more when it comes to cosmetics. And that's not even counting the fact that I can't even dress how I want to dress because all the clothing it's tied to stats and armor and stuff like that. So I'm basically gonna use what I grab from the floor and use it because it's stronger. And that I'm never gonna look how I wanna look, either as a character or dressed, you know. And that's one of the very disappointing things in a world where you could custom cyberware your body, and they even got biosculpting where you could create animal features in your body by manipulating your DNA and stuff. There's even commercials about genetically enhance your children to be and look how you want them to look and be. You know, it's part of the cyberpunk lore that there's people that customize their ears to look like elves, and there's people that customize their body to have tails and claws and all that. And the fact that the customization is so lacking, that there's so much lore and so much detail that's actually in the game, because you see it in the NPCs. You see them wearing, they know how it's supposed to look, like the cosmetics are there. You just can't do it. You just can't do it. And that's really disappointing. I was expecting in a game that's for me to be immersed and really care. That's one of the main things is character customization, and that's really one of the things that sells me the most in games I want to be immersed. The fact that you could customize your character in incredible detail. And you just can't here. There's no barber shops. You only got a certain amount of beards you could choose from, and a certain amount of cybernetics, and the cybernetics in the game is this Arnold Schwarzenegger. A certain amount of look. I can't put my face like that. I wish I could. I wish I could look either sinister. The illusion they made me think. They really did make me think that I was gonna be able to be all out customized. That I was another illusion that they did is that I thought I was gonna be able to. Oh, I see a lot of repeating NPCs right now. I could just leave the area and they cycle through, but that's another thing. Like, they promise so much and make us think so much, and that's what's mainly disappointing. The customizations, the variety, the choices. You don't have a choice to. You do not have a choice to play this good or evil. The aspect of you, I wanted to do all evil and have an evil ending, and basically make the city my own and have this very unique evil ending. Oh man, I don't want to fight you guys right now. I'm in the middle of a video. Dude, chill the hell out. Stop glitching. Yeah.
Been in Night City long?
No long. City is new. Wind from west carry me far to here, like petal of sakura blossom.
Yeah, I'm not in the mood for the shtick. That ain't how Japanese talk.
You'd be surprised. Should have heard my dead grandma talk. I swear to God, that woman only ever spoke in haiku.
That's pretty cool. One aesthetic that you could really appreciate in the cyberpunk world is how they made the whole Yakuza samurai look in the game, which is actually part of the lore and feel of cyberpunk, like you've seen in Blade Runner and stuff like that. The world is basically partly and mainly run by Japanese corporations. In our real world, it would be Chinese corporations. But without this aesthetic that they did such a good job, it would have it would have been different. It would have not been the same if they wouldn't have put this whole uh this it's part of the cyberpunk world to have this. Oh my god, the camera. It's part of the whole cyberpunk world to have this Japanese uh markets. Yeah, this whole Japanese noodle stands, and you could really appreciate how they went all out and really delivered. They really did deliver in that aspect, in that cosmetic part. By the way, as a fan of Fallout, I really like this Fallout looking suit. Really nice. Really nice. But that's another subject. Another awesome aesthetic they did was this whole Mad Max Wildlands style desert punk style that they put in the game. Like for example, this is a gang called the Aldecaldos, and as you can see, they concentrated a lot of energy on making the vehicles look amazing, and they do. They do. They look amazing. They look very outlands. The the gang themselves look pretty. How should I say? Badlands. They look like they're from the Badlands. Pretty cool. They did, you know, there is some ways you could look cool, but it all kind of looks the same, like the same jacket and stuff. That's pretty cool that you could actually, no matter how far you zoom in, the lighting and the details look so amazing. I can't complain there. It looks so amazing. All the little fibers and stuff. Like those are some things you really have to appreciate. But still, there are some really awesome. Actually, let me walk around instead of just standing here.
No, not even then.
There are some
Because I
pretty
prefer
awesome
him.
aesthetics
What?
to the Badlands. There that they could have done so much more. They could have done so much more to make you look like you belong in this world if you wanted to. You know? The potential was there. Like these gangs and stuff, you interact with them, but you can't really be a real part of them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're there, they could be neutral with you, or they could completely
Let's get
be
back to
aggressive
Maverick, shall
against you. But there is no, like, really feel like you're a part of it. Like I said, amazing vehicles. Amazing vehicles. They did a good job with that. Now, how the vehicles actually feel when you're using them is a different story. It's not bad, but it's not great. As a matter of fact, there's one of my vehicles should be around here somewhere to give a perfect example how crazy they went in on vehicles. Look, this is one of my vehicles. Look how amazing the vehicle could look. All gold and stuff. I just wish I could dress the part, you know? I wish I could chrome out in gold and dress to impress, just like the vehicle. It's a shame. One very awesome aesthetic that the game does have is the weapons. The weapons in the game, a lot of the weapons in the game look badass. They do. They really did a good job. They really did a good job making them look amazing. Some weapons in this game, I'm like, and this whole picture mode that they put, that you could just like change, have different settings on, shooting, non-shooting. This picture mode, really, I love this picture mode that they put, where you could really explore every scene, actually create your own scenes. This tattoo I put in honor of Shadowrun, which is the game I love, one of the older school games I love. And this was the cover of Shadowrun, if I'm not mistaken. I wonder if that's an Easter egg to Shadowrun, by the way. And the front of the tattoo looks like Altered Carbon, that Netflix series, which is very cyberpunk. I just like the aesthetics of the tattoo. I do like, but like as I was saying, the guns. There's a lot of amazing, amazing guns, amazing poses you could. Let me see if I could cycle through some of the guns. Oh, here's the sniper. Here's the sniper rifle. You know, they did a really good job in guns. I could tell they're gun aficionados, because they did give it that rustic Badlands yet futuristic, realistic look to it. It's really awesome. I really like the aesthetics of the guns. What am I doing now? I really like this picture mode. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong way actually. Going this way. Wait a minute. Sniper rifles. Ah, I'm just another victim. They're just chilling here looking at the guy they killed, smoking a cigarette. The weapons, man. The weapons in the game. Look at this. Oh. What am I wearing now? Mantis blades. The bat. I like that. I like the golden bat with the brutal spikes. Oh my god. But yeah, man, the weapons in the game, they got right. I gotta tell you that. They got that right. One of the many amazing aesthetics of the game is the luxury one, the one of the rich. The one that is clearly defined, elegant, yet beautiful, yet rich. Where they have like golden tattoos all over their body in a very elegant and nice manner. And the thing about it is that even though it's an amazing aesthetic, we're always left lacking in that department. Like, we can't really reach that level. We can't really reach that level of fashion. We're left kind of behind in reaching that potential. That potential we reach in many games when the story is from rags to riches, you know, where you're allowed to reach the maximum potential, whatever the maximum potential is. Yet in Cyberpunk, unfortunately, we don't have the ability to completely luxurize our lives, not in our home and not in ourselves. Maybe our car, but it doesn't make any sense that we're dressed uh, in a certain way and our car is so luxurious, you know? I just wish that we had the ability to really go all out luxurious instead of always having this street punk look to us, which I get it, cyberpunk, whatever, but the options, like for example, my life, I'm supposed to be corpo, didn't make much of a difference in anything. And that's kind of a disappointment, you know? That's one of the many things that I couldn't really go all out luxurious with myself. Which I totally wanted to go black and gold. I completely wanted to go black and gold. But I wasn't given that option. And the other thing is that they didn't even give me the option to truly look badass. Like, there are some NPCs that truly look badass looking, yet I basically have the same clothing in different colors and variations, but basically the same clothing. Why? There's so many different options that I see the NPCs wearing. Why am I why am I cut short, you know? Why can't I just look like a badass? If I can't look like a rich guy, why can't I look like a badass? Why can't I put accessories in my character to reflect more how I feel or how I wanna feel? That's the thing. I feel like this guy. You know, I wanna look like that, but I have no choice. That's another, I feel like another thing that really throws me off because luxury is clearly defined in its style and the
What?
way it
You want a
is.
new friend?
The way it is. But, okay, look at this scene. Look at this scene right here. These are clear examples that they know how to make you look like a badass. They know what a badass looks like. They know they have the technique. They know what you're supposed to look like if you want to look like a badass. You know, the cosmetics are there. You could look really awesome. They know. They know how to make you look awesome. But at the end of it, you know, you don't have too many options in looking awesome or how you want to look. They, you know, no matter as hard as you try, you always end up looking like a clown. Like, is this on purpose? Do they on purposely give you the worst clothes so you could look like a clown? And as much as you try, you have to deal with the mix match items you get because they're all tied up to your armor and stuff like that, which makes no sense to me considering it's a cyberpunk world. The armor should have been nanofibers in your skin or actual armor that you modify your body to, not related to that tank top you wear. That makes no sense. That has a whole bunch of armor, or those short shorts that you have no choice to wear because they're just stronger than your cool looking jeans. And at the end of the day, you have to play the story mainly, looking like a fool, looking like a fool, even though they could have completely made you look like a badass. Yet here we are. Nothing we could do about it. One thing that I do have to say is that a game like this was made, it was basically made to cater to an audience like me. 37, 38 years old, you know, middle life men or women. The basically thing is my generation. My generation that grew up with the cyberpunk genre. My generation, like me specifically, that grew up seeing movies like Cyborg from Van Damme, Johnny Mnemonic, which you guys should really check out. Is basically says Cyberpunk all over it. You know, and I love Keanu Reeves, and he does so many cyberpunk themed movies like The Matrix. Believe it or not, The Matrix is like a dystopian cyberpunk world, and basically, I enjoy all those movies. I enjoy that era so much. I grew up playing a game called Shadowrun for Sega Genesis, and I enjoyed that game for so many years, and I've always wanted them to make a new one, and it's basically the same thing as this world. I wanted them to make a new Shadowrun. I waited for years, and I got a few little tiny variations on Steam that kind of scratched the itch, but it wasn't the same thing for like Shadowrun from Sega Genesis. That was the best one. And I played a game not too long ago called Dex for PlayStation 4, which is a 2D side scroller, which is amazing. So it doesn't matter how the game graphically looks. If it was Cyberpunk, I was gonna like it. This is a work of art to me. This world, because they not only did they use the cyberpunk aesthetic, but they make it look so amazing, like the movie Ghost in the Shell, or that series from Netflix called Altered Carbon that I love. They really got the look. It looks amazing. I love it. So I can't really complain there because it was made for kids like me, from my generation. And like, to be honest, that's what they got right. You see, what actually sells this game to me, what I actually really love about the game that really sells it to me, is the world, the aesthetic of the world, the fact that I like the cyberpunk fiction, you know, and the world, the way they did the world, it completely complements that feeling. And that's what sells it to me. That's I exploring the world and seeing a work of art, basically, of how a cyberpunk world is. And you get to be immersed in it and see the details of the environment and get the grit and feeling of the world controlled by corporate and advertisement and vending machines, as in another universe, basically. And that's what sells the game to me. Like the fact that it's such an amazing world to be in, and all the little tiny details that complement the world and the story. Confession boot. Let's confess our sins right here. Yes. Yes, I want to confess. Want to. There we go. I have been freed of my sins right there. As simple as that. Look at that. Look at that. All my evil is gone. Amazing, amazing details. And that's what sells the I love the way they did the world. And that's mainly why I enjoy this game. It's it's amazing. So at the end of the day, I do gotta say that Cyberpunk as a world, it's an amazing work of art. They did an amazing job really creating the immersive cyberpunk game that people like me wish for. But at the same time, it was really disappointing that we couldn't be all we could be in a world like this. Kind of missing the chance that we could have been so much more. And we want it to be so much more. We got a hollow show, and that kind of sucks, but it's true. Amazing game. Some things were disappointing, yes. Amazing world, work of art. They could still do so much with DLCs. Who knows what will come in the future? I still have high expectations for what could come. Who knows? One day my character might actually be worthy and badass enough to live and exist in this world. It's amazing story, amazing Keanu Reeves, amazing everything, except an amazing me. And that to me lowers the score for this game. Well, it could have been the most amazing game that I would never want to leave. It just ended up being a game I wish I was in. Especially the fact that you can't make your character fat, skinny, tall, short, Latino. You know, I guess you could get close to Latino, but not as Latino looking as the Latinos in the actual game that are NPCs. Well, it doesn't matter. That was my experience in Cyberpunk. I will forever love this game, but I will forever want more. Because even though it scratched so many itches, it still left me wanting in some aspects. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time with my opinions on gaming. Goodbye.